Hello, this is Olena of popthepimple.com and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about washing your makeup brushes, how to do it. I get this question all the time and I thought it was time to actually answer it and show you how I personally wash my makeup brushes and how often I do it. So let's get into it. Around the internet, you're gonna hear many people saying many different things about how often you need to be washing your makeup brushes, especially in the acne community. You know, everyone's like, wash your brushes every day. That's a little much for your brushes because you'll end up kind of wearing down the glue inside, possibly, that's holding your bristles together, causing the hairs in your brushes to fall out prematurely. I have had this particular brush for probably like 11 or 12 years already. As in, I like to maintain my brushes well so that they last a long time. They're kind of an investment. I don't want to be buying brushes, you know, every few years. That doesn't make any sense. Consumerism, not good. So how often do you wash your brushes? It depends on you. Context matters. So if you were a makeup artist, you would wash your brushes every single day because you would be using those brushes on different faces every single day. But if you're a normal person like me, then you're probably only applying the makeup to your own face, not anybody else's face. So you're only dealing with your own skin cells, etc. And they don't actually present as big of an issue as everyone makes them out to be. You can actually wash your brushes about every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on context. We're not going to follow some rules if they don't apply to us, right? The way to know when it's time to actually wash your brushes is they'll get goopy. They'll get gross. Like right now, my brushes feel kind of sticky on the surface. So I know it's time to wash them. They feel gross when I use them, so I've stopped using them. I'm actually a few days past due to wash my brushes. But in general, I wash them every 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes I make them last 5 weeks when I'm especially lazy or busy. Often I'm more busy than lazy. It really depends on you and how you use your brushes. If you're somebody who sweats a lot and, you know, applies makeup onto like sweaty and or sunscreen covered face, you will probably wash your brushes every like 2 to 3 weeks, you know? But it's when they actually get gross that you should be washing them. Maybe a little before they get like super gross, but what I'm saying is you watch your actual brushes. How do they feel? If they feel a bit, they don't feel fresh anymore, they feel like there's maybe a lot of makeup buildup on them, then you can wash them. You know, you don't have to wait for somebody to tell you that it's time to wash them. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to follow any weird rules. Just look at your brush. Look at your brush. So mine are now goopy AF. It is time to wash them. Like today I didn't even really wear any makeup because my brushes were really gross. I used a different brush, like, you know, the little sets that come with makeup sometimes. I had like a Smashbox little kabuki brush, so I used that for my mineral foundation. And yeah, because these were just too gross to use. I didn't have time to wash them in the last few days and I kept forgetting to wash them in the evenings because that's when I usually wash them. By the way, washing your brushes in the evenings is really awesome because they'll dry by the time you wake up and you can use them again. Because if you know, apply your makeup and then wash your brushes, it's just impractical, and then like they dry all day and then like meh. Now you might be wondering, what is it that I use to wash my brushes? A glass of water. I mean, just a glass. And cleansers. I only use regular facial cleansers to wash my brushes. I don't use any weird like dish soap, detergent, oils. You know, some people use oils to keep their brush bristles soft, and I'm like, no, that is not touching my face. Because likely those oils will remain on the actual bristles, and I don't want them anywhere near my face because you know about my experience with oils and how I feel about them. And by now, at least, you must know, right? You must know. So let's get into how I actually wash the brush is. First things first. Let's add some micellar water. I add just like a little bit, as you can see, of micellar water to the actual glass. And then I use a few pumps. I think that's 3 pumps of cleanser. Then I add some water to mix these up. It's always best to start with the cleanser and then add the water as opposed to adding the cleansers to the water, and you'll see why in a moment. Here we go. I just added the water to the cleansers, meaning the cleansers just instantly got mixed in the water perfectly. I don't have to even go in and mix anything up. It's done for me. I like efficiency when I'm washing my brushes because I don't like washing my brushes and I avoid it at all costs. Then I take my dirty brushes and pop them inside. This one's really dirty. And if you're interested to know what brush brands I use, I'll link some below so you know. It's usually my foundation, blush brushes, and my concealer brushes that get the most goopy. So these brushes are quite big and they won't fit in one glass, so I'm gonna actually start another glass. Make sure not to overfill the glass because otherwise the water will come out once you fill the glass with brushes. At this point, I just let the brushes soak, but I also kind of mix them around in the actual glass to dissolve all the stuff. And as you can see, this is getting opaque inside because there's so much makeup. Ah! So yeah, I mix them around a little bit to dissolve the makeup because the makeup will dissolve pretty easily. A good water-soluble acidic facial cleanser that's soap-free, right? You guys know already that I prefer soap-free, water-soluble cleansers for all skin, not just acne-prone skin. Once the makeup on the brushes has dissolved a bit in the glasses of soapy water, then I actually wash every individual brush under running water. You'll know a brush is clean when the water that rinses off of it is clear, not full of makeup. I sometimes take extra cleanser to do a really good job. While massaging the brush on the palm of my hand, try to get all the excess makeup off. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible. And in the end, I rinse the brushes with water, just under running water. And now I have to do it to all the brushes. Now that my brushes are clean, the next step is really important. It's time to take a paper towel and soak up any excess water, because if you don't, then this can kind of degrade the brush over time. You can't just, leave them sopping wet. And generally speaking, my husband and I, we use reusable bamboo paper towels at home, but these paper towels are very absorbent. So that's why I use them currently. I can link to the bamboo paper towels in the description below because they're really awesome, especially for cleaning around the house, because once you're done with them, they're reusable. You pop them in the wash and then they come out brand new. I also use reusable cotton pads for my face and microfiber cloths and stuff like that because I don't like to create extra waste, in today's world. Super unnecessary. I'm just soaking up excess moisture and shaping the brush as well so that they dry the right way, right? Not all fuzzy and weird and gross, but the exact shape that I want them. This is especially important for your little brushes. I think it's important for all the brushes. I really like this Real Techniques by Sam and Nick powder brush. It's super amazing for blending blush and stuff. If I get too much blush on, I just go in with my mineral powder and add some more of this, and it's just excellent. So I have lots of brushes. It takes me a while to actually go through them all because it's not like I use them all every single day, right? I have plenty of blush brushes, plenty of powder brushes. So when I'm out of brushes, it's been a while. Once I'm done drying the brushes, I just lay them down flat to dry. Some people like to lay them or leave them hanging upside down, which is the best. I just don't have anything like any cool device or something that would allow me to do that successfully. So laying them flat is the best I can do. And it works for me. I mean, like I said, some of these brushes I've had for a very long time. I think this one's probably 8 years from Sigma. It's already cracked and everything, but it's such a good blush brush. It's my favorite, actually. It's the large angled contour brush from Sigma. This is another Sigma brush. I once got an entire stash of them when they first came out, when the brand first hit the market. So, and they are still around in my collection. Some Lise Wattier brushes. My favorite face brush is from Dior. It's also a very old one. Really like. Very good quality. I don't buy brushes on like, I don't know, for $8 on Amazon. Not my thing, not my thing. Real Techniques is another great brand of brushes. This one I use when I need to conceal something, but with powder, not with concealer. It gives me a more dense application of powder. And then this one I think I use for my nose or something, but I could use it for something else because I haven't been snatching my nose lately. Brushes are dried. I hope you found this video super helpful and now you have an easy time drying your brushes so that they can serve you much longer. To recap, avoid hot water when washing your brushes because that can actually melt the glue that keeps your bristles intact and your brush together in one piece. Use a simple facial cleanser to wash your brushes. If it can remove the makeup on your face, it will do an excellent job at removing makeup from the bristles of your brush. You know when your brushes are clean when the water running from them is clear. After you're done, dry them with a paper towel, maybe a reusable bamboo paper towel that's actually not made of paper but bamboo, and lay them flat to dry overnight, and then they're good as new in the morning. I hope you found this video super helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more awesome videos like this one. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything in particular that you want me to discuss in these videos. Your questions usually get turned into these videos, like this question in particular of how I wash my makeup brushes. And if you need any help with clear skin stuff, then head over to popthepimple.com. There's lots of answers, lots of goodies, even my awesome routine review service where you can work directly with me, one-on-one video chat, yay! And I will see you in the next video. This was Olena of popthepimple.com. Thanks so much for watching.